So we're here at day 2 of the Dublin Tech Summit at the Convention Centre, and I'm joined by Suzanne McElligott of IAB Ireland, and she's CEO, Conor Barron as well from Gais, he's head of communications there. I'm going to have a little chat to you both, but I'm going to start with Suzanne to tell us a bit about IAB and what it does.
So IAB is the trade organisation for digital advertising. So for everybody watching, that's basically all the advertising you see online. And it's not just a local Irish organisation, we're global. So I also sit on the European board. And Evoke and the Daily Mail are members. And actually one of your team is a director of IAB Ireland, Doug Farrell. So we're basically to help advertisers like Conor to maximise, to do a great job online for both their audience, their users, and also their companies.
Okay, brilliant. And what is your role? It's obviously quite a different role to this, but specifically what would you do day to day?
Yeah, so I suppose I look after digital advertising for Gais Energy, so one of the leading energy companies in the country. So yeah, everything from
everything
display advertising
right
the way through to kind of pay-per-click and social media advertising, yeah.
So Suzanne, a lot of digital advertising has come in for a little bit of criticism recently. Can you tell us a bit about the IAB Flex initiative?
Sure. Advertising really in terms of digital has moved on over time, and I think it's needed to. There's more and more knowledge from the point of view of users in terms of advertising. Also, there's more advertising online.
Okay.
With that comes more respect and a need for better engagement with users.
Okay.
So because we're watching on numbers of different devices, so most of us have mobile phones, some of us have a number, we have laptops, we're watching on screen in terms of tablets, and we can also be consuming digital through smart TVs.
Okay.
There's a need for actual advertising to move seamlessly across these various formats.
Okay.
And what that basically means is you can actually view an ad on any of these devices, and it should always be appropriate to that device and move seamlessly across the devices. That's what the flexible IAB formats are about.
Okay.
And IAB has introduced these globally, and the great news is, and I think Conor will speak more of this, Ireland is the first market to test this.
I was going to say that,
yes. So I think, maybe let's hear why Conor got involved.
Yeah, they're the first market to test the campaign, so talk about how the collaboration came about.
Yeah, I suppose, look, respect for users in the online advertising space is kind of one of the most important things, one of the most important issues facing the industry, I suppose. And I think it's fair to say as an industry we probably haven't always done a great job of that. And people have started voting with their feet. There's been a rise in ad blocking, and so it was up to us as an industry to kind of respond to that. The IAB have done a great job kind of leading that. There we go.
Just to keep us going.
They've done a great job leading that kind of initiative.
Here.
I suppose there was a bit of a chicken and egg situation in that there were these new formats, but publishers were kind of slow to adopt it until brands would kind of commit to saying, okay, right, well, we'll get involved, and brands similarly didn't want to get involved until publishers had adopted. So this is kind of a hot topic within the industry, and we'd kind of had conversations. So there were kind of
back and forth for a while.
A few of the bigger advertisers in the industry, the likes of the guys in Vodafone, Aer Lingus, VHI, and ourselves got together and said, okay, right, we'll come together and guarantee this in terms of if publishers invest in it, we'll make sure that we support it and advertise through these new formats. We're lucky enough to be able to get the four of us involved.
Well, if there's big players involved, it gives confidence to people, doesn't it? I think they know if they're going to be behind something like this, it's going to work.
Absolutely, and also I think the very interesting piece for us is all our outputs are really to help advertisers better understand, but we are, I suppose, how our organisation is run through our members, through the publishers, through the media agencies. So this has been a real 360 cross-industry initiative, but I think really we should call out the kind of generosity in the advertisers, board Gais Energy, VHI and Aer Lingus in the short term, in actually sharing the learnings from this campaign. So that's going to help the whole market adopt, but also help other markets, because these formats have been developed in the United States by Tech Lab, and they're looking to Ireland to the great findings in terms of the results, and the results of the campaign, which are basically what we say is aggregated. So across the 3 campaigns, we've seen that the download speed has really increased. So that's great news for users. It means that you're not waiting on screen. It's working, but also it's not interrupting your viewing in an annoying way, that actually the content is going to be much more dynamic. So over 120% increase in the
Great.
actual speed.
Excellent.
And they're more viewable in a better, more appropriate way as well. So like a 20% increase in that. So they're fantastic results from just a short run of the campaign, and results that we can share. And we're going to be doing further learnings on that as well, Conor, in terms of the industry.
It's fantastic for the Irish market to be leading the way in a European context, kind of show what we can do, from an innovation point of view.
And now I know what it is as well, and having not known, it's
There we
really
go.
good to hear that that's happening. Conor and Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us.
Good.
Thanks.